your video on as well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, well let's kick off. So fantastic. Welcome to everyone. It's a special time for us. It's a special time for us to be able to share what we've done, where we're going, where we think we're going to be in 5 years' time. We've got a fair bit to cover. So first of all, a warm welcome to everyone. Thank you to Natasha and Sanya for setting this up. We appreciate that. And thanks to everyone for joining us at this time. The format of this is we've kept it quite low tech. I think we want to be authentic. We want to talk to the community. So we haven't got any flashing banners. We've got no backgrounds, etc. So it's really just about us and you and having an open conversation. Over the last couple of months, we've had quite a few questions coming through. So although this is an AMA, we've already taken a lot of the questions from the community, and we've removed all the duplicates, and we're going to be going through those. In future, we'll make it more interactive, and you'll be able to ask questions on the fly. But at this stage, it was easier just to take, because we had a bunch of questions already. We've just taken those, and we're going to work from those. So just a little bit of introduction on myself and the team. So my name is Antony Turner. I'm the founder and CEO of BlockDAG. I know there have been a lot of questions out there about who's behind BlockDAG, and obviously we've now released it on the website. We're talking to you here. So this is part of us changing the way we've worked and becoming more transparent and opening up and engaging more with the community. I think we've probably been a bit slow to do this, but we've really been focused on the business at hand, which was building the blockchain, building the tech, putting in place the right partnerships, etc. So that's really where our focus has been. So we probably could have done this soon. Here we are, and obviously it's time now to start sharing. So my background, I come from a varied background. I've set up multiple businesses in fintech, in education. Always on the technology side. I've had some fairly successful businesses that I've sold. I've also had businesses that have really gone badly, and I've had to close down. So I've got the battle wounds as an entrepreneur. My foray into crypto only started in 2018, so I missed the Bitcoin at $1 or pre-$1. I missed that. So 2018, I set up a crypto fund in Switzerland. It was the first of its kind. It was an equally weighted top 50 crypto fund. It's still operational today. It was unique at the time. I've also been the COO of a listed blockchain investment company called Spirit Blockchain. They're a Canadian. We listed them on the Canadian Securities Exchange, and that was 2 years ago, and that business is still going as well. So that's just a little bit about myself. If you want to see more, you're welcome to have a look at my LinkedIn profile. And then I'd like to ask Stephen and Youssef to introduce themselves as well. Stephen, if you want to go first. Stephen, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's good.
Oh, sorry about that. My name is Stephen Clarke-Martin. I'm originally from Panama, which is where I'm sitting. I grew up in the U.S., got an early start in technology, doing all sorts of interesting things in Web 1 and Web 2, and I'm glad to be here in Web 3. My journey in the blockchain domain started, around the time that Bitcoin started gaining popularity, and very much during the Ethereum DAO. I was sitting in San Francisco, California, really thinking about the future and how the blockchain ecosystem looked a lot like the early days of the Java technology space where, Java was used to build a lot of the personalization and e-commerce systems that we use today. I had spent some time in the ad tech domain at Yahoo and spent many years in the Bay Area and all over the world, really, building technology, everywhere from Frankfurt with Deutsche Bank to companies in Brazil and Mexico and over the US. I'm fortunate to be part of this BlockDAG network launch, advising on policy and partnerships. One of the things that I've been doing in the last several years is helping the Ethereum ecosystem in Panama and Latin America in general. But before then, I spent a lot of time, in addition to the Ethereum ecosystem, in the Cardano ecosystem and a few other blockchain projects. So I'm glad to bring some experience from both the technology side and from the startup ecosystem side to looking at how we can build a long-term sustainable market network of both technology and innovation to build a future. Over to you, Youssef.
Okay, thanks very much, Youssef. So we'd hoped that Maurice was going to join us as well. Maurice Herlihy, he's an ex-Harvard, ex-MIT professor. He's currently teaching blockchain and other courses at Brown University. So he's our academic and on the advisory board advising us around cryptography, blockchain, etc. He's in Hong Kong at the moment presenting a paper, so he wasn't able to join us. So before we go into the questions, I'd just like to take a moment to share where we are and just to show my appreciation for everyone on the call and everyone who supported us. We've got 92,000 unique coin holders. So those are the people that have bought our coin, that have supported us, and that's from more than 150 countries. So, I mean, that's fantastic that so many people are out there supporting us. If we look at where we are and where we're going, the team estimates that by the time we hit our pre-raise cap, that we'll have over 1 million unique coin holders. I mean, that's a massive community, and that propels us straight into the top 50 in terms of market cap when we launch towards the end of the year. So that's just a shout out to the team for a fantastic job done and everyone else for supporting us. So I'm going to start going through some of the questions that we've received. As I said, we've curated them so that we don't have duplicates. So the first one is just really sort of around the background. So what is the name of the country and where is it based? So the company that is issuing BlockDAG is based in Seychelles. It's called DAG Systems Limited. it's important for now because everyone wants to know where we're situated. But at the end of the day, BlockDAG will become a decentralized organization. So, and I'll talk more to this later, but we're going to be setting up a foundation in Switzerland. So it's less about the company where the tokens are issued from and more about the community that we set up. As I said, the foundation in Switzerland, and that'll house a lot of the functions in terms of the economic future of BlockDAG. The second question is, and I think they're being posted, they should be posted in the chat as well. So it's difficult to keep up with that as well as my notes. So the second question is, and there were a couple of them obviously around this, but really asking what is unique about BlockDAG and why does it matter? Essentially, why did we launch BlockDAG? So a little bit about BlockDAG. So we're effectively building a layer 1 hybrid. So by layer 1, we obviously mean it's the rails that power the network. So typically you have your layer 1s, which would be Ethereum's and various sort of networks. And then on top of that, you would build your functionality, your dApps, your smart contracts, etc. So we're a layer 1, but we're a hybrid. So what we did is we looked around and we took the best from a couple of different technologies. So we chose proof of work as the essence of our technology, and that is effectively a Bitcoin blockchain. And why Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is the gold standard. We certainly believe that from a security perspective as well as from a decentralization perspective. So the problem with Bitcoin is, and we all know this, it's slow. And because it's slow, it also means the transaction fees become quite high, especially when the network is busy. So although Bitcoin was meant to be this ubiquitous transactional decentralized capability, it's become something slightly different, and that's purely due to the fact that it's slow and it's not usable for microtransactions. So what we did then is we added a DAG, and a DAG is a directed acyclic graph. And a DAG, instead of a traditional blockchain, which is linear, a DAG is a tree structure, which means it creates and processes blocks in parallel. So you add the DAG to Bitcoin or to a traditional blockchain and you get increased speed. So you get increased transaction speed and you get increased scalability. On top of that, we've added EVM compatibility. So what that does is means that when we launch, we're compatible with the Ethereum EVM ecosystem in terms of smart contracts, in terms of dApps, etc. Over time, we'll build our own, but that does mean that out the gate, we have this compatibility with the world out there, which is already in existence. So that was really important. So just to summarize, we have the security and decentralization of Bitcoin. We have the speed and scalability of a DAG, and then we've got the interoperability of an EVM. So over and above that, we looked at various other innovations, and we've built that in as well. So the first thing is, as I mentioned, we're a proof of work. So proof of work typically gets a lot of criticism in terms of the energy it uses. So we've looked at the algorithms and we've made them more efficient. So they use less electricity and they're a lot more green. The other thing that we've done is typically mining rewards are reduced at a set time interval, and that's the typical sort of the Bitcoin halving. And that in Bitcoin happens every 4 years, in other chains might happen every year, etc. So there are different ways the halving happens. So what we've done is we've re-engineered that so it's a continuous process, which takes away this shock that the miners feel every 4 years or every 1 year, and it also takes the shock away from the price because this happens on a continuous basis. The other things we've done, and they're numerous, too many to mention now, but the other thing that's important is from a fee perspective, what no one likes is the fact that the fees go up and down depending on how busy the network is. In a traditional sense, when you go to the bank, if the bank's busy, you don't expect to pay more fees. Whereas obviously in crypto, that is experienced quite often when the network becomes busier, the fees go up. So we built in mechanisms to shield you